Good evening, I'm Jax Mercer, and this is an RNG War Report special investigation. Tonight, RNG is preparing to release allegations and supporting materials concerning Twin Harbor, the company responsible for the development of the game, and what RNG believes has happened to this community under its leadership. This report is not about one ban. It's not about one disagreement. It's not even about one event. It's about a much bigger question. What happened to the game we all loved? Since Twin Harbor took control, many players have accused the game of moving increasingly toward a pay-to-win model. RNG believes the community is shrinking, player frustration is growing, and communication between leadership and the people actually playing the game has deteriorated. But tonight, RNG says there is another side to this story that the community deserves to see. Because while RNG says it has been targeted and scrutinized over giveaways, events, and how we support this community, we believe there is a massive question that Twin Harbor and people associated with its sponsored community need to answer. Why does there appear to be one standard for RNG and another standard for everyone else? RNG possesses screenshots, payment records, messages, receipts, and other documentation involving payments connected to individuals and event communities associated with Twin Harbor. Those materials will be published for members to examine for themselves. RNG alleges that while it has faced scrutiny over giveaways and community events, individuals and event servers connected with the wider Twin Harbor community have themselves sought or accepted financial support from RNG. And RNG intends to put the receipts on the table. Not rumors, not anonymous whispers, the actual records that RNG says it possesses. One example RNG intends to document involves a $250 payment to the Say Zoe event server. RNG also alleges that Prince of Honor, who moderated that server, was aware of the payment and approved the event. The existence and context of any payment should be judged from the underlying documentation, and RNG intends to release its records so the community can make that judgment for itself. And that is exactly what this investigation is going to be about. RNG is also opening its doors to players who believe that they were unfairly banned, kicked, silenced, targeted, or otherwise mistreated. If you have a story, RNG wants to hear it. If you have screenshots, bring them. If you have emails, bring them. If you have messages, bring them. If you have documentation that contradicts RNG's claims, bring that too. Because if this community is going to have this conversation, the evidence needs to speak louder than the rumors. RNG is calling for greater transparency from Twin Harbor and its leadership, including Geddon, and is challenging them to publicly address the concerns being raised by members of the community. RNG's position is simple. If these allegations are wrong, answer them with evidence. If there is another side to these transactions, show it. If decisions involving bans, events, giveaways, or community organizations were justified, explain them. RNG believes players deserve communication, not silence. RNG has over 24 emails and DMs to Twin Harbor unanswered. You call that wanting to communicate? Tonight is only the beginning. RNG will begin publishing the materials it says support these allegations, while giving the people named in them the opportunity to provide their explanation or evidence. Then the community can decide what it believes. This isn't about destroying the game. It's about fighting for the game that people remember loving. A game where competition mattered. A game where communities mattered. A game where players believed their voices mattered. RNG is asking those players to stand together and demand transparency, consistency, and fair treatment. RNG says more is coming. In this investigation, just getting started. I'm Jax Mercer. This has been an RNG War Report special investigation where RNG meets Supremacy.